Okay, now to the third part of the tutorial. Automatically creating reference lists in Word and working with Citavi and Word together and when writing, for example, seminar papers. Three things. First of all, there are codes. You need to learn the codes, and this is very sort of easy. You just have to get an introduction. That's what I'm doing now, so it's no big deal. Then there are different citation styles. That's also just a one-time thing. Once you're done with that, you will always have your piece with Citavi, and then it's just about how to do the magic. So, I've prepared a seminar paper here. And let's say this is my work. This is what I write, and now I want to have references, and I want to create them with Citavi. Otherwise, I would have to type something here and look up open the files, type them in. I would have the problem at the end when the time is extremely scarce. I don't have any time. I don't have energy. I'm really tired. I'm not concentrated. I have to check whether all of the citations in the text also appear in references, and if all the references also appear in the text. Maybe I kicked something out, and then it would be gone, and then it would be like I'm cheating if I write more references than I actually have. So everyone who's not using Citavi is in a big threat, danger of cheating involuntarily just because he may make a mistake. And everyone needs the time at the end. You have a lot of things to do. So this is the time when you really need Citavi to help you. And it really is easy. So this is the text, and what we want to do is we want to format the text in a way with codes that the Citavi can automatically add references. References. And how do we do that? First of all, I'm going to change the formatting of this text just for the sake of this tutorial so that you can have a better overview. Here I just added some spaces between the three lines because there are three different cases. I'm going to remove the titles. So we just have these three lines, and I'm going to add numbers, because these are three different cases. These are the three cases that we're going to have in an academic paper. And the most easy case is the first one, where you have a sentence, and then you have in parentheses the author's name and the year. And what do you do with that? Citavi shows the articles here. This article was Abing, and the second one is 2x. So I'm going to look for Abing here, and I'm going to copy the code, the format, quote with placeholder. It's called placeholder, not code. Copy to clipboard. You can see the shortcut here. It's Alt, Control, and C. And what I do is I remove this and just copy the code. I paste the code. And I do this with all the codes. I don't have to replace them. I can just write them while I'm writing, so I'm saving time. It's not like that I have to do this twice and then replace them. So this is not just the case if you already have something and you want to use Citavi on that. So this is the easiest case. And once you format this, Citavi is going to give you exactly what you just had, and add the references. Because Citavi needs to know what's in the text in order to create the reference list. That's why you need the codes in the text. The second case is a little more complicated, not that much complicated. You have two authors in the same parenthesis. So you have to make sure that Citavi gets that. How does that happen? You have Truex again. So you just add the code there. And then you have Bar and Sarah. Bar and Sarah. Copy. Shortcut. And you just add it there. And actually, Citavi automatically interprets space as merging the two things together. So Citavi is automatically going to put them into one bracket. That's no problem. So you actually don't have to do anything else. You just add them there, and that's fine. But the third case is the most complicated one, where you have the name outside of the parentheses and then the year behind. And it's very complicated because you have to actually cite it twice. The code for this is that you first of all, I still have it in the clipboard, so I just have to paste it. I paste it once for the name, and what I do is I add at the end of the code of the spaceholder the following codes: person only. This means that the year is going to disappear, so I'm only going to have the names. And then I also have to write no par, which means that there are no parentheses. So now I only have the name. Then I remove the year, 2008. Add the citation again. This time I don't want I don't mind the parentheses, so I don't have this code, but I don't want the person only, I want the year only, so I'll write year only. And the problem with this is now Citavi is gonna interpret this as belonging together and put this into one big parenthesis, as in the case above. So I need to add a fixed space instead. No space also is the same as space, it doesn't matter. You have to add a fixed space. And a fixed space is this thing that if you have a long line and you add a space, for example, number, want to start 5, write for 3%, then the 3 is going to break, the line is going to break, and you're going to have a 3 here and a percent here. You don't want that, so you remove the space and you press Shift Control Space, and then you have a fixed space. So word is not going to break across these between these two words. And that's exactly the same symbol that you need here. You just add a fixed space. Now Citavi knows what to do. And what you have now is this. If I put it back in the normal text form, I just did this whole numbering thing to show this to you. It's not that you have to do this. So this is how you do it normally in a text. Then you have this, and after everything, this is going to be what happens. This is going to be how it looks. Well, a little bit nicer maybe, but in general, you get the idea. So then the next thing that happens is, well, actually, we've already done the codes. Now we are skipping this part, citation styles, and we're going to the magic. So doing the magic, what happens now after we've added the codes to the document here? Let me just delete everything above, because you don't need to see that, just irritating. So this is our seminar paper actually, right? Now we save this, and we open Citavi. And Citavi has a command here, citation, formats of application, choose document. There you choose the document, it's seminar paper. And these are the citations you have. You have a lot of, this is the third one, this is the second one, and this is the first case I just showed you. And now you can format this. Name doesn't matter, just save it anyway. And open it, and this is what you have. This is what Citavi gives you. Citavi adds a new page and adds the references list. And you can have 3, but you can also have 50 citations if you have a lot of citations in a text. So this is what you get. Then you can still add it, move it, format this in whatever ways you want. But at the end of the day, you have what you wanted, and what you wanted is this citations list. And you are going to be sure that this is correct, because this is exactly what is in your Citavi database. And if your Citavi database is correct, then this will be correct, and it will be perfectly matching the text. Let's get back to the text first again and compare these two. This is what we did. This is what I wrote before. So you can see if you forget a name, it's no problem. If you forget, if you miss a year is wrong or something, Citavi is going to make it all correct. So that's very, very helpful. And you can see the different styles here. Bar, Sarah, 2010. This is in parentheses, only one paper. These are 2 different papers separated by semicolon. And yeah, this is the author in front and then the year later. So this is how you cite it. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the citation styles. You can see that some things aren't perfect here. For example, in their paper, Bera and Sarah, I would like to have an and here, and here's a comma, and here's a semicolon. I might want to have a comma here too, something like that. These small things. How can I change that? And how can I change, for example, that here in the citations there's no Dewey number, because I don't want the Dewey number to show up. All of these little things. And first of all, to be honest, if you did this by hand, you would have more work than doing it here. Secondly, you only have to do this once. You have to create a citation style once, deal with all of this, and you have to correct mistakes. For example, let's say it's an A missing or something missing. You want to have to correct errors here only once in your Citavi database, and then you can add it here. And then for all times it will be correct. So you can do this when you're tired and you're writing a seminar paper, and at the very end you can relax and concentrate on something else. So that's a big advantage of Citavi. And now how to manage these citation styles. Go back to Citavi and do the same thing again. Format publication, choose documents, and this was the one we had. And here are the different styles. And I've already added a lot of styles. I've added, for example, this style. This is my favorite style. If I use this, things look a lot different. There's no DOI again anymore. It's already formatted in this way. So here, for example, you have a comma in between, not a semicolon. Here you have an and. So you can really change the styles. And doing that is a little bit complicated, so I don't want to get into that. But you can download styles, you can select styles, you can modify styles, so you can do whatever you want. You see, this is the way I get my papers when I format them with Citavi. So doing that is another issue, but in any case, it's easier to do it with Citavi than not doing it with Citavi. Okay, I'm going to stop because the video is getting too long. Hope I got the point through and all the different ways of doing it. Yeah, maybe one more time, how to get the different Citavi styles. Just go to citation style, browse citation styles, edit citation styles. There are a lot of things you can do here. So that's just one more aspect, but it's not a big deal. So you can be able to do this. If you have problems with that, just ask me again. Okay, end of tutorial part.